All right, we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my first open mat podcast. And with us today, my man, William. What's up, Will?
What's up, man?
Not
How's
much.
it going?
Oh, it's not too bad. You had a good day?
Yes, of course, man. Always good.
I just want to give a little introduction to Will, a little backstory. Hope I won't bore anyone to death, but William, in a way, kind of got me started in jiu-jitsu, believe it or not. We did boxing first at Gym Le Locale in Montreal. And while we're doing boxing, I always wanted to do jiu-jitsu, but I had a bad back. I don't know if you remember that. I had a really bad back.
Yeah, yeah, you did. You
And
always
the
spoke about that and
yeah,
how it
and the
stopped you
thing,
from doing it.
yeah, exactly. I was always like, oh, in today, I still like get scared, but and I remember you just like decided to do jiu-jitsu. You just like walked in and you started like at least a month or two before me. And then I'm like, okay, he's doing it. I got to do it. I think that's the time. Like, let me start doing it. And yeah, so you kind of got me into jiu-jitsu. So thank you for that, Will.
Of course, man. I definitely felt like I had an influence on you starting to train, because you would always ask me like, how is it? How's training? Well, what's the atmosphere like? And then I
Yeah.
was just like, dude, you know what? Like, you just gotta like try it out for yourself, and you'll see what it's actually like.
Yeah. I
And that's what
think
you did.
Yeah, I think the difference was like I feel like we had a like difference of an age group. Like I'm about what 10 years older than you,
Yeah,
so that's why
yeah,
like that paranoia of like getting hurt again because I had a bad back history and like
yeah.
oh
Of
god,
course.
I really want to do this again. And ever since I started jiu-jitsu, I never complain about my back. I never it's either I complain about my neck being choked out too many times in the beginning or like stuff like that, but never ever. In fact, my like I feel like my back is stronger now than ever
Yeah,
at like
yeah.
36, soon to be 37. So I want to ask you, Will, why jiu-jitsu? What gave you the idea to start jiu-jitsu?
Honestly, it's because I suck at stand up. So I was like, you know what? I'll do some ground game. Now I'm kidding. But really, really, it was because I was like, boxing is fun. Muay Thai is really fun. I've done all of it. Let's try something new. So I did. And honestly, like I've been a big MMA enthusiast. I follow it every week, I'm very into that stuff. So I was like, let me just try jiu-jitsu. And like as I started, it just got into this rabbit hole of like digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And I just fell in love with it. That's pretty much how it started. There's not much more to that. I just really like everything about mixed martial arts, and I think the one that stuck out to me the most would probably be grappling or
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
I think I feel the same there. Like even when I was watching MMA before doing boxing jiu-jitsu, and I
Yeah.
always wanted to do like some kind of martial art. And before finding our gym, I was just like researching gyms in Montreal, this and that. And I wanted to do boxing because for my back, I don't want to do any jumping. But I always found MMA interesting. And the thing is, like, even now as we learn jujitsu, I find watching MMA, you understand more what's happening in MMA. Like when they fight you, like you have a better understanding what's gonna happen, like the strikes and the takedowns, and like, oh my god, he's going for the Kimura, oh he's going for an armbar. It's like you pre see it. Whereas before, when you didn't have any like knowledge of like MMA, like you just don't know what's happening. You become like this fake. I don't know, like let's say like a pretend analyst in fighting, which is like such bullshit. But like now, like understanding a little bit more fighting, I find like really cool. Like you really understand it, and it's been quite fun actually.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I feel like a lot of people when they watch UFC and stuff like that, wouldn't like I don't want to be mean, it's just like
Be mean,
bandwagoning
be
and
mean,
and
be mean.
yeah, and they're just like trying to point out what they see and like what they would do, but obviously if you don't have
Yeah,
the skills or knowledge, you can't really
yeah. I
be
saw
explaining something.
I saw a meme like that once. It was like a guy who's like overweight. He's like, "Oh, God, I would have went for a guillotine." Like most people don't even know how to give a proper guillotine or the proper hand position. They'll just like assume it's so easy because you watch UFC. It's like, "Oh yeah, I would have killed him like in 30 seconds." Whoever starts BJJ or even wrestling, you're gonna realize how fast you get tired. Like especially like big jockey guys, they'll get tired like in 30 seconds or less. I remember like how was your first class? You can go back to it. How was your first class? What did you remember? Deep
Oh
breaths.
man, memory lane. I definitely remember losing every single roll that, like we get put into positional sparring, and
Yeah,
also we get put into live roles.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's how
Oh
our
man,
classes are structured. Man,
yeah.
it's so rough because like you think you know things, but you really don't know nothing at all.
Nope.
And I know Marco, you can attest to this that like it's like the first day is probably the worst experience people can have, as long
Yeah,
as you have the mindset to not give up. But yeah, it's definitely not as easy as people make it to be.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the part too, like the mindset. Like, there's two types of people. It's either you do the jiu-jitsu and you could say, "Holy crap, what happened to me? Am I crazy enough to continue and get better?" Or no, screw this shit. What just happened? I like just got like destroyed, raped. Like what happened? I'm so scared. I don't need this in my life right now. And I find that those are the two types of people. Either you're crazy enough to do it, or you're just like, no, I'm okay. I'll just
yeah.
stick to watching UFC.
I think yeah, that's definitely the main component of this type of sport. It's the
Yeah,
difficulty. It scares people away.
yeah,
So it's not it's not well, it's definitely beginner friendly because everyone's nice,
yeah,
but you just have to have the mentality of, just I'm gonna go one more week and keep going one more week. Just tell
yeah,
yourself I'm gonna keep going, and then eventually you come to a point where like you're escaping higher belts
yeah,
and you're doing things that like people tell you after class like keep it up. You actually did really well against me and stuff like that, and
yeah. Those
that's
are the
like
best.
that is the best, and it's
That's
like
like,
your boost of like motivation to continue on.
yeah. It's like I compare myself like now. I'm
Hmm.
starting to pass. Let's say example. I won the round because I passed someone's guard. So I won the point. I won the round. Like holy crap, that's amazing for me. And if I go back in time, where I think about the worst moment when I started, when my very first day, have you ever sparred with Fick?
Yes.
I
Oh my
sparred with
God.
so Fick is a huge guy. I think he's like
Hmm.
6'1", but
Yeah.
I sparred with him in the gi for the first time. I think my first class was a gi, if I'm mistaken. I'm not sure, but he submitted me in 2 seconds. He just had me by
Oh
the
man.
collar. I got one, two, and he just choked. He didn't like choke me. He just like did a fist to my. I wasn't ready for it. 2 seconds. Holy crap, man! Like stuff like that. And
Yeah.
whenever we do things like we do exercises like starting from rear naked choke or like triangle positions, you know it's gonna be a bad night. And I find those are like those. It's what make you quit or continue jujitsu because those are like the hardest class I find. That just like make the huge difference. Like sometimes,
Yeah.
like, do you ever feel that like when you do jujitsu, like you have bad nights, and you're like, screw this, I'm just gonna like stop, like I'm done. I had a good run. Do you ever feel that?
I have nights where like I know I'm having a bad night, and like I have to constantly remind myself like you've come this far. It's it's like there's no point in giving up now.
Yeah,
And it's definitely hard, man.
yeah, for sure.
We've been talking about it a lot of how difficult it is, but people need to understand how difficult it is. It's really difficult. And like you said, there's the days where we start in really bad positions and we're forced to learn and, you know, get out of them. And it really teaches you like to not give up and like you're gonna evolve eventually if you continue on. And
Yeah.
that's the gist of it.
So let's say first day William in
Yeah,
BJJ versus today. Are you
yeah,
happy? What have you seen?
100%. I would smash him.
You would
That's
kill him?
I'd kill him.
I believe it.
A
I believe
hundred
it.
percent difference.
Yeah.
Like I was very like I've done private lessons with our coach,
Mhm.
previous coach. He's
Yeah.
not there anymore because he's now in Bali. Jan.
Yeah. Yeah.
He told me like he definitely he was the one that definitely pushed me to continue.
Yeah.
When we do private lessons, he would tell me like when you started, you were like this frail kid that was like super soft and like mellow. You didn't want to like force yourself in positions and
Yeah.
like, just like let everyone pass your guard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's harder for people to like get stuff on me. And
Yeah,
like
for
he
sure,
told
man.
he told me there's a big difference in your game than it was before, and that is the like what I need to hear
Yeah.
sometimes, like positive
Yeah, you need
reinforcements
like
with
positive.
like,
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I miss Yan too. He's no longer here in Canada, but he was always like every coach has a different like I would say character and a different approach to their BJJ. Our head coach Carl, he's like super like I respect this guy so he's super calm. He laughs once in a while. He's the nicest guy in the world, but when you roll with him, it's like holy shit. It's like rolling with a bear. It's like he's so calm and he's just like so, and he's just like it's amazing. He has that control, and he just gives you comments once in a while, but he's more like subtle and more straightforward. And he goes right to the point and he helps you out. And also Yan too. I remember Yan was more like he was more enthusiastic. He's more like he's all like, "Hey, Mark, don't worry, you got it, you got it, you got it." Which is it's cool too. There's different types of jiu-jitsu way of like this type of coaching, which I appreciate them both too. It's kind of cool too. But yeah, I miss Yan and Carl's doing. He does great things for us, and I feel like what he's done for us, like first day Marco versus today, it's like, and I see it too with you, like rolling with you. I feel like it's a lot harder now. Like you like it's thin. I feel like sometimes I feel I like you said before, like you were like nice and making people pass your guard. I had that in me too, because I feel like because of my dad, I'll be nice to everyone. I like that dad feeling, and I think I finally got over it. So it's more like a not kill kind of thing, but like like let me give it my best because in the end, like you're challenging me and I'm challenging you, and we have to improve, right? So I find that's what's important in jiu-jitsu, and it takes a while to even adapt to that culture. I think. Like, did you have a hard time like adapting to like people being so aggressive, but I don't know, also so nice to you at the end? It's like, are you
yeah.
still used to it or?
Oh, I'm
Not
definitely
used?
used to it now. Like
Yeah,
I know like during training it's like when everyone obviously no one's there to kill you.
yeah,
We're all there to train, but like you can tell like the difference in intensity, you know. People
yeah.
are not there to like chat while they're rolling with you. They're not
No,
there
no,
to give you a hug. They're there to train and to
yeah,
submit you, and your job is to either submit them or escape or like get out of bad
yeah.
positions.
And
But
there's like,
like it's definitely something that newcomers and beginners like have to get adjust to.
mhm.
Obviously, like people that are new and they come in, the higher belts will like roll lighter, you know.
Yeah,
They won't go like full force. But once you like get used to it and you start rolling with those higher belts,
yeah,
they put it on you
yeah,
because they want to test you.
yeah,
So I'm yeah, to answer your question, I'm definitely used to that environment, so
yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think a lot of newcomers won't get used to that mentality too. It's like I'll try and kill you, but we can be best friends after, and there's no hard feelings. Like what? That's how do you how? I think people
Yeah.
watch too many movies, and I think it's like it's the death scene. We got to kill each other, live or die, or kind of thing. But it's not like that at all. Like I don't know about you, but like for me personally, every time I go to a class now, I'm so happy. I used to be so scared. I would like
Yeah.
there's days I didn't want to go. I didn't show up because I was scared. But like I'll be
Yeah.
honest, like do you still feel like scared sometimes, or like you're like
No,
no,
no, I don't feel that anymore. That's like, I think jujitsu days are the days that I enjoy the most, and for sure it ties back to like, this is good for people with like, mental illnesses too.
yeah,
I
for
would say
sure,
this
man,
is really, really, really good because it's like,
absolutely, man,
for me, that's my enjoyment
yeah,
out of my day. I feel like when I go to class, I forget about everything.
yeah, man,
And it's as cliche as it sounds or whatever, but like I feel like it's, you know, the best version of me there.
it's great, man. It's good to
Yeah.
hear. I can agree with that 100%. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes like for me, I'm a dad. I have to be a dad, be a husband, take care of my son, the house, all these chores, work. It's just sometimes it's go go. My wife's like, you just care about jujitsu. It's not just like care about jujitsu. It's like sometimes we have too many responsibilities, and we just need like a hobby or something that's not that. Like just something for us that makes us feel good without stressing us, and just like distracts us from all the other stresses in our life, because the life could be very stressful, especially now with everything and anything. But yeah, it's been great. It's honestly. Uh, what else could I ask you, Will? What else? Oh yeah, Will. Where do you see yourself? Actually, two-part question. Two question one. Where do you see
Yeah.
yourself in jiu-jitsu 1 year from now? And the same questions in 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
What are your goals? 1 year and 5 year plan. Lay it
So in
on
one
me.
year, in one year, I definitely hope to get a blue belt, get my blue belt. Um,
Gi or no gi?
no gi,
Yeah, that's right, brother. There you go.
no gi. For all the gi fans, we're sorry,
Yeah,
but
man. It's the no
no
gi
gi,
channel.
no, yeah. Definitely, with the new like wave of jiu-jitsu, it's
Yeah,
definitely
for
becoming
sure.
more prevalent that like you get a belt in no gi than gi, and it's obviously something I like more. So definitely blue belt is one of my goals.
Yeah.
Definitely want to compete more. Um, and for this year, I definitely want to get in 1 year, I want to get at least two more competitions in, get my blue belt, and I think that'd be enough for the year. In 5 years, um, the belt situation, I don't know.
Facing
I
Gordon
definitely.
Ryan. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. It's on your
I
chest.
wish, man. I can't beat the king, man. He's gonna
No,
come after me on Instagram. Um,
Instagram, mentally, everything, man. He's just insane. Yeah.
everything. So
But
definitely, I want to evolve as a jiu-jitsu player down the line, and I want to get like this is something I would not only do as a hobby, but like as a profession if it
yeah,
works out.
yeah, for sure, man.
Obviously, the with everything, with every like risk, as an even entrepreneurs, they have like the risk of like not making money. That's the same thing for a pro athlete.
Yeah,
When you like put all this time, like you're risking it knowing that like you might not ever make a lot of money. And so
yeah,
like first I want to try to like secure myself financially, and then that's a goal that like I have in the back of my mind for sure.
yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I think we're somewhat similar. Because like
Yeah.
for let's say my short year, well, for sure this year I got to do a competition. I know, and I'm
We'll
gonna need your
prepare you
help. And
for that, man.
yeah,
Don't worry.
I'm gonna need your help, and probably Nathan too. And I have a
Yeah.
few guys around the gym, maybe John and everyone. So that's on my list. So I have to make time for that. Also, this podcast will be this better. And for the belts, though, here's the thing I find funny. I find now I don't care anymore about belts. I'm at a point where like I want it, but I don't care. I'm not even thinking about it anymore because I've been noticing, even with you, like when we go now, whoever, well, there's a new wave of let's say uh, newbies coming to the gym, right? And when we spar against them, I find it's very easy. So that's
Yeah.
like amazing progress. And then on that, it's like we're starting to like learn or get or how do you say it? We're crafting like we're improving some of our moves that we learned in the beginning, but they're getting even better now. And I find we're executing them much better. And now we're learning not new things, but like new adjustments to certain moves where he didn't catch on before. And I know like Carl has taught this. Like let's say we learned Kimura probably 10 times, or this week was full mount escapes, right? And I'm sure Carl said this a million times, but like I finally found a nice way where I understood that small little detail to try and escape from a full mount. Whereas in the beginning, I never paid attention to that detail because I was so new. I'm like, so oh my god, I'm just like stuck. But now we're really taking the time to look at those little details, little hints, and I find that's rewarding enough for me right now. But yeah, eventually, I'd like to move up higher in the ranking, but when it comes, it comes. I guess I don't know my age. As long as I'm rolling with the young guys, keeping up with you guys, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you that like for me too, the belt isn't a priority because I like I don't physically see it because I can't see myself, but
yeah,
like I can see the progress with the people I roll against.
yeah.
Not to like obviously like kill all these newbies, but
No,
like I mean like in general,
yeah,
I see like my improvement rolling with even the higher belts, the new people my level. I see
yeah,
that I'm not moving the same anymore.
exactly.
There's a big change in skill and level.
Yeah,
So it's definitely giving me like a guideline to where I'm at. So like without with or without a belt, I know that like I've progressed, and that's the
yeah.
important part.
You
Yeah.
have, and you also get a lot of I hear the compliments you get too. Like, so that's good too. That's makes you really rewarding. It's like, like brown belts, purple belts, telling you you're doing good. You're good at this and that. Like, wow, it's like, thanks.
Yeah.
We'll tell my wife. She'll, hey, sweetie, I did a Kimura. A what? Nah, she doesn't care.
She doesn't
But
care.
she knows I love jiu-jitsu. So she accepts it. She accepts me doing the podcast, Instagram. She knows it makes me feel good. Like I'm doing it for a good cause. Try and build a community. That's the whole point of this podcast. Like talk to as many people as possible, get to learn their stories. And I already know a little bit about your story, so I just want to like people to like learn a bit more. And I'm gonna throw you off a bit with some other random questions here.
Of course.
What else I got here? If you won the lottery right now, what would you do?
Ooh,
Jiu-jitsu or non-jiu-jitsu related?
probably non-jiu-jitsu related, but jiu-jitsu related.
Jiu-jitsu.
It has to. If I won the lottery, it means I have all the time in the world, right?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of it. So I definitely
Train every day.
train
Yeah,
it every day as much as I can.
yeah, for sure.
Definitely, um, provide for my family. I
Uh,
think family for me is probably
that's
number
it.
one
That's
as
the
well.
answer. Good answer.
That is the answer. I feel like
Good answer.
a lot of people would be like, I would have bought a mansion, a car, whatever, right?
Overrated
Definitely
stuff, man.
overrated. Family's
Overrated.
first
Exactly.
for me, and I'm sure it is for you. I know it is for you.
No, dude,
So
forever. Yeah.
yeah, man.
I
So definitely provide everyone with equal amounts.
yeah.
Okay. Save some so that it can grow more,
Yeah.
and then spend it on good things.
That's it, man. I think too, like jiu-jitsu helped me
Yeah.
realize that too. Like I don't care about like fancy cars and all this stuff. I really have stopped caring. I think the past year now. Like I told my wife I want to trade in my car and just get a regular car. I want to get like
Yeah.
normal stuff. I can buy myself clothes. I really don't have to buy. I really don't need it. I don't want it. I just want to save and invest on my food and my family. Make sure they're
Yeah.
healthy. Make sure we're eating, and that's pretty much it. Like we can go on vacations, all that stuff, all the other stress, all the other jazz. I don't want it. I just don't want it.
Yeah, man. I feel like with money there comes a lot of like other things that we don't want, but hey,
You want to
just
say it?
live life
Say
as
it.
it is.
More money, more problems. You want to say it? I know. I
Yeah.
know what you're thinking.
More
It.
money, more problems.
You're thinking it. You want to say it? All
You read
right.
my mind.
All right. Well, what's your favorite book? Take your time.
My
About all
favorite
night.
my favorite book. My favorite book. Let's see,
It
let's see,
could
let's
even be
see.
an ebook. Ebook counts too. I don't have to read in years.
Well, I think the most recent book I read was probably The Book of Five Rings
Five
by
rings. Okay.
yeah, Musashi Miyamoto.
Nice.
That's probably the most recent book I've read, and that's that's what came to my head.
All
So
right.
I'll pick that.
Not bad. And since we're on
Yeah.
the same favorite topic question, what's your favorite movie?
Ooh, dude, I recently rewatched all the Harry Potter movies,
I
and
think I
man,
stopped at a certain point. I forgot where. I don't know. Somewhere in the
dude,
middle.
yeah, but like I rewatched it and I really enjoyed the movie. So I would say right now, top movie is probably Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I liked it.
especially that Hogwarts Legacy just came out. But I don't,
Well, I don't know. I stopped somewhere in the middle. I don't know who. I don't know if Voldemort died or I don't know what. I don't want to mess it up for people, but I have like a vague memory of Harry Potter now, and
spoiled it. I'm
I
joking.
spoiled it. But so what else? So you said this year you want to do another two competitions.
hmm
So that being said, is there any? And I know you just did actually a fight in Montreal Fight League, right?
Yes,
And I
yes, I
reviewed
did.
your fight,
Yeah,
and I thought you did freaking amazing.
yeah.
I
Thank you.
saw you took the person's back quite a few times,
Yeah,
and the outcome wasn't the one you wanted,
no,
but I felt like you would have won the match within the first 30 seconds. And that's not even like nice to you. I'm just like the honest truth. You would have won that round, and I think you did so well. So
yeah,
how'd you feel about that match? Like as your first match too. Like for me, things like you walking in the ring, I got anxiety. I don't know if I can even do it. So the mental part,
yeah.
I find you were great. So like, tell me, how did it feel? How was that experience for you?
Definitely the couple days before was when like the buildup of like anxiety started to build up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad as I expected because I kept reminding myself that I did the training, I did the work, and it's just time for me to perform.
Yeah.
And so like the lead up was the last couple the even the night before I wasn't too stressed.
Hmm.
The day of the nerves hit a little bit. The time of the match, obviously I had Maven and our head coach Carl in
Yeah.
my corner to
That's great,
support
man.
me and to tell me like, you know, you're you're the like you did the work, you're the best version of yourself, and you're just there to beat this guy and whoever's in front of you. And I tried to beat him. Obviously,
Yeah.
that wasn't the outcome, but I knew that I performed the best that I could for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. The match itself, obviously, with every loss, we feel a sense of disappointment, but it's not that that's that outcome is not what you should be keeping in your mind. I would
Yeah.
say the loss itself gave me a bunch of small things to work on,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now I know, like, mentality wise, because
Mhm.
Carl even told me it's just mentality that you have to work on like when you have a submission, you have to finish it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
100%.
that's one thing, because I had the guy at least three, four times
Yeah.
in
I
his
think
back.
4. I counted 4.
Yeah, I definitely sweeped him a couple times. I passed his guard. Uh, I did so much. Obviously, I lost because just to give people little like background, the match was a EBI rule set,
Yeah.
which means that it's 10-minute round with 3 rounds of overtime, and they're 2 minutes each. So the 10-minute round is submission only. Um, anything goes. It has to be a submission. There's no points that count. If there's no submission, it goes to overtime. The overtime either starts, so it starts back control, so you start on someone's
Yeah.
back, or they start on your back. It's a coin flip. And then the second round is arm bar, so you start in a bad position where they have your arm. The only thing you have is the lock.
Yes.
And the third round goes back to the back. So the first round, the match itself went to the distance. I did not get a submission,
Mhm.
although I got multiple attempts.
Yeah.
And then it went to overtime where I had the guy's back. He escaped, and then I escaped, and he had the faster time. So at that point, he was winning. And then it went to the armbar. I needed to finish either there or in the third round.
Yeah.
So in the third round, uh, he escaped. Sorry, the second round of armbar, he escaped, and
Mhm.
then it was my turn to escape. And as I was escaping, my hands didn't have, like, I felt I didn't have enough time
Just slipped out.
to connect my hands,
Yeah.
and it slipped, and therefore he got the arm. Obviously, there's no excuse there. I
Yeah.
lost it because I wasn't fast enough,
Yeah.
and it was
It's
just his time to perform.
yeah. Or
His
it's like a
his
flip of a
match.
coin, right? Because like stuff like
Yeah,
EBI is like for me personally, like I like to watch like who's number one, right, on Flow Grappling, because those matches where it's like no time limit, I love those because those matches like last 10 minutes, even an hour. There's some matches that last over an hour. I love like if I would want a dream, not a dream, like my preferred tournament or style, it would be that because at certain points he did look tired, and every time you got a new round, he's resting, so that's his lucky break, right? And then you start from a new position where it's super hard. It's like okay, kind of a freebie, so it's like 50-50. Like if I felt like it was a no time limit kind of thing, I think you had even more attempts on him, and you probably would have like. I think he had better cardio than him. He probably would have won in the end. So like he probably
yeah,
got a couple of lucky breaks. Not just like make you feel better. It's just like the way I see these types of fighting. It's just to be really honest. I'm a no limit time for guy, so I like that. Submission only will be great. But again, I feel like you did great. I'm proud of you.
yeah. Thank you, man.
I'm not gonna
Appreciate
cry.
it.
Don't worry. Don't cry here. It's a non-crying podcast.
I see a tear already, man.
I'm gonna edit it out. That's good, man. What's good?
Yeah, it was definitely one of my like first experiences in a
Yeah,
cage. I've done tournaments before, but this was like my
cage style.
first
Yeah,
cage style
and then
match, and
MMA feel. It's
yeah, exactly. But
electricity.
great experience, learned a lot.
Yeah, man.
Great people around. A lot of our teammates came to support me, and overall, I would 100% do it again.
That's great.
And yeah, man.
See,
Overall, like I'm happy that I did it.
that's good. See, because the same way you got me started in jiu-jitsu, now you're
Yeah,
doing it all over again, but just in competition. So now it's like, okay, Marco, do a competition now. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I might
yeah,
like it. I might fail. I might lose in a round, or I might win. Who
yeah,
knows? I don't know. And that's another thing I want to talk to you about. Like when we spar at the gym, like I personally never like. I don't feel like I'm going 100% on anyone. I always want to go like that 75%. And if I do 100%, it's just to escape. And I want that feeling. I don't know if this makes sense. I want that feeling when I go to a tournament. I don't know these people. So at the gym, they're my friends, they're my family. That's how I look at it. So I don't want to hurt anyone. No one wants to hurt me. We're just here to practice and roll. But I want that feeling. I might sound crazy. I want that feeling to like, I'm going to go crazy on you. I'm going to give it my 100%. Because I just feel like you guys keep me young, right? I'm going to be 37 soon. I don't feel tired at all. I feel great. I do lose rounds because we get exhausted because we're like nonstop. But I want that. Do you have that feeling where it's like, or do you feel it now when you do a tournament, like, I want to get you, like, I want to kill kind of way. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Um, I usually have that mentality during my tournaments.
mm-hmm,
Definitely was missing that during my last competition,
mm-hmm,
but yes, I we have to distinguish. Like our coaches tell us, like in training room, you don't want to hurt your training partners because
yeah,
they're there to help you
yeah,
and you're there to help them, so you don't want to hurt them. But in competition, you just have to distinguish that like you're there to compete
mm-hmm,
and you're there to win. Okay.
yeah,
Obviously, you want to have fun, but you're also there to win.
exactly.
That's your goal. So, yeah, man, like it's just that I guess that killer instinct
That's
mentality
the
that you
killer
have to
instinct.
switch on. But yeah, man, I feel like a lot of us, our teammates, but other competitors would agree that I also agree that once I'm in there, I have to like have that switch. Like I have to
Yeah,
beat you. I don't know you, but I'm there to win, and that's my goal, and that's it.
yeah. I want that switch turned on soon. So I think by you doing these tournaments, like you did, like honestly motivate me to like do one. And this year's my year. I said it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna book it. There's never any right moment, right time, but like I'm gonna find the time for sure this year. I'm gonna do one, and who knows, I might do another one. I don't know. It's gonna go two ways. Either I love it, or I go there and I lose in 10 seconds. Like, okay, it was fun. It's on my bucket list. It's done. I tried, or maybe I'll come back next year. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that switch, I want to turn it on so bad.
You will, man. I'm sure you will, 'cause like once you're in there and you get that feeling, and you don't have to worry about. Well, obviously, you don't want to badly injure someone, but like you're there to
Yeah,
win, so you have to do it by all means,
yeah. I'm gonna have
right?
that switch on. Be like, I want to hurt you, but can we still be friends? Kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rent him. I'm a dad. Are you okay?
yeah.
Yeah. So
But for sure, definitely, I'm happy that you even like had it as a thought to compete,
yeah, awesome.
'cause
Thank you.
like on honest, yeah, man. Um. I'm happy and I'm proud that like you want to try, and that's what like a lot of people need to do is
Yeah,
just, what's the hurt in
yeah.
trying,
What's there in trying to?
right?
That's right. Because like, look at this. Like, it's like this podcast. You start again. You
Yeah.
started me to get this podcast too, dude. You're like, we should do a podcast. I'm like, yeah. So like, yeah, I started Instagram for fun. I had like 2 followers. My personal account and my wife. That's taking off slowly. And then the podcast idea came. You were asking me for at least, I don't know, close to a year, asking me this podcast. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it soon. And I'm like, whatever, man. I'm just going to do it. So I'm just going to do the podcast. I'm doing it now. I'm going to sign up for tournaments. I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm going to do it. I'm feeling great. I feel like I'm getting younger. It's no BS. That's all, man. I got to do it, man. See what you did to me? Well, you see what you did?
Of course, man.
All those messages
I
at
am.
night. My wife's like, who are you texting? It's 99% of the time it's Will, okay? It's Will.
Yeah. Who's that other 1%?
Oh well, now it's be like more like 10%, like all the random people on Instagram. It's kind of cool. I get to.
Yeah.
That's another cool thing too. Like I get a lot of messages from people, so it's like I kind of like to interview other people around the world too. So like people from UK,
Hmm.
Chile. What?
Yeah.
Everyone speaks English in Chile. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Dude, they write better English than me. That's crazy. I was like, that freaks me out. But yeah. So Will,
Yes.
what is your favorite move in jiu-jitsu? What's your go-to? What are you passionate about? Or what's the move you want to learn? Actually, two-part question. What's your favorite move? Or what's the move you
Hmm.
want to get good at or improve or want to learn? Go for it.
Um, let's see. Improve is the second question.
Yeah.
Okay. First question,
Favorite.
probably
Yeah.
back control, rear naked choke.
All right. Okay.
Probably my favorite. And then my second one would probably, actually, I answered this in two different ways. My first one, I want to learn Tarico Plata.
Mm-hmm. Fancy,
which is
fancy.
like a kimura with your legs, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got
And
that
then
once. It was nice.
yeah. Oh, I got that too, and it's horrible. Let's see. The second one, I would like to improve my triangles for sure.
Mhm.
Because I've attempted many triangles. Like we'll go back to my first competition. I almost subbed the guy with the triangle. Is just like my leg placement and small details, and it's something I do because I play. I'm a guard player,
Mhm.
so I play. I attack the legs, guard, guard play. Definitely triangles is one of those that I would like to improve. But yeah, man. Same question to you. Like, what would you like? What's your favorite submission currently, and what would you like to improve
Okay.
or learn?
Ta-ta. Well, I
Yeah,
think
man.
we're different players, so
Yeah,
I like to stand up more because I
yeah.
find I have a better base and I can use my strength on that. So I find my standing game is better than me pulling guard. I feel better today pulling guard than when I first started, but I just feel like starting from top is where my strength is. I find I still have that crazy speed at my age still. I don't know if it's because of the soccer or they're running their track. I still got that flexibility, and so standing is mine. My favorite move. A wise man once told me, your favorite move should be the one that is given to you. Remember that? Who said that? I
I
forgot.
actually don't remember.
I remember. I forget too. But someone said it at our school.
Was it Drew?
I
Was it Drew or was it one of our coaches?
think it was one of our coaches. I'm not sure it was Jan. I can't remember. But it's whatever opportunities present to you, that should be your favorite move. Which, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Cool answer. But if I had to choose, it's either Kimura or whenever I get a rear naked choke. But I get random like triangles, but like it's on brand new white belts. Like people are just who
Yeah.
just started, but it's not like my favorite. It's like even when I get it, it's like there's a gap missing. Like he could escape if it was someone more advanced, he could have escaped easily. So I would say Kimura and rear naked choke.
Yeah.
Ankle locks, it's
Yeah,
cool,
but
but
I
it's not my specialty. It's not my specialty.
I'm happy you brought that up because I remember at the beginning you like focused on one ankle locks
It's the
actually.
cool thing, man. Everyone's breaking
There was
legs.
one, yeah, there was one point where you focused a lot on that.
Yeah.
I still do that a lot. I added, even though like I guess white belt, I
We have no
added
rank,
heel
so
hooks in.
it's I don't know what
Yeah.
rank is. My rank is right here on
But
my tattoo. It's when I started, so that's my rank.
yeah,
2021.
yeah, yeah, and we started
Yeah, we started
approximately at the
2021.
same
That's our
time.
rank. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely like I've been implementing heel hooks, straight ankle locks, rear naked chokes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about
I
it.
told you once.
And you?
Well, I told you
Wait,
about.
did you what'd you want to improve? Was there something you wanted to improve?
Man, I found the prove is to stop using strength in bad times, like not to overpower people. Even though I could, my cardio is pretty good, but I know I overpower people. I waste too much strength, and that's something I have to work on. I have to be more calm and stop using less strength at the wrong moments. That's something I need to work on because when I do that, then I find I give up and I let the people pass my guard. Because if I just don't do that, if I don't use my strength, I just focus on no one pass my guard, I'll have a good round. But as soon as I
Yeah.
think I can overpower someone, I might get it, I might not. And what people don't understand is when you force for 10 seconds hard or even 20 seconds, you're going to be deplete all your energy instantly. It's nuts. It's like boxing. Punch the bag as hard as you can for 5 seconds. You'll die. You'll stop breathing weird. And it's so like I have to start thinking, be more smart when I play and not rely on power. So that's what I have to work on. But
Yeah.
the ankle locks, I actually love ankle lock escapes. Not giving ankle locks, the escapes. Because I just find I know I when I feel it happening, I'm like, okay, I know how to get out of this. And that's rewarding for me. Because I know ankle locks are huge in Noki, so and people are just getting better at it. So yeah, that's something that stressed me out. But yeah. So improve
Yeah.
on not using power all the time.
Yeah, good answer.
And what was your most proud moment proud moment at the gym? What was your like the thing you remember the most? Like, you're so proud of like your best night. Like, holy crap! I can't believe I did this. What was that one night or many nights?
Definitely when we had, I think, a night where we were doing back control,
Hmm.
and none of the high belts could submit me from my back.
That's a good
That's
feeling
probably
too.
that is a great
No one
feeling.
understands that. Like you
Yeah,
didn't win, no one won, but in reality, you kind of, even though if they're taking control of you, like you didn't submit,
yeah,
and that's a big thing in
yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
I think it's like a morale thing
Yeah,
that like you gain. It's not like you won or you did something crazy. It's just like someone that it's they're supposed to be better than you
yeah,
didn't get their like opportunity on you.
yeah.
That's what it is. And like it felt really good.
It feels good to surprise the higher belts. It feels
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
It just
It's gotten to the points where it's like yeah, it's not that easy anymore for you.
exactly. There's no more 10-second
So,
rounds
yeah,
unless we're just doing rounds
that's
for
for
a
sure.
sweep. But if it's full
Yeah.
rounds,
Hmm.
I'm not losing in 10 seconds anymore. I'm not that guy anymore. I can go the whole round. I can probably win. I can probably lose halfway in the round. It's just that they're not beating me in 10 seconds. Forget it. It's gone. It's done.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be one of my proudest moments, for sure. Even though it's nothing crazy or like nothing super rewarding, like
Mhm.
a win, a win would be like, yeah, I did it. But obviously, that's not what we're there for. We're not there to, in the training room, you're not there to win. You're there to get better and
Yeah.
train really hard. That's it.
What's your biggest fear in jiu-jitsu though? There has to be a fear when you're rolling sometimes. Like,
Ooh,
what's the worst thing that could happen? Because
my
actually,
biggest
there's a lot of
fear.
things that can happen wrong by
Yeah,
accident.
definitely.
But
There's so
like,
many.
what's like, oh, create I don't know.
Honestly, like pulling something is nothing to worry about,
Yeah.
or like when someone chokes you, it hurts, right? The next day you feel sore.
Yeah.
That's obviously what it comes with, but definitely something that I am afraid of, and I hope, knock on wood, it never happens, is a knee injury.
Yeah.
Knee injuries scare me.
Yeah.
Like my foot, whatever. If it breaks, it breaks,
ACL and all that
This,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, but like the knee, it's a little trickier.
Yeah.
It's a lot more like
Yeah, for
rehabilitation
sure.
than I would say anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them.
I would say this is a dumb answer for me. Is besides the hurt part, getting hurt is actually dealing with spazzy new white belts.
Oh,
You
yes.
want to know why? Because it's a here's my answer. It's because they're gonna be full of energy, and we can control them. Even if they hit you in the face by accident and they don't understand the whole rule sets and all everything, they have a high chance of not just hurting us, but more or less hurting themselves. And then what happens is they're gonna stop coming. And I find that defeats the purpose of starting jiu-jitsu. It's like I don't want you to like come here and leave your aggression and like get hurt because I feel like when there's new people and like you sense it when you roll with them the first 3 seconds, like, yo, great, they're gonna be spazzy, they're gonna go crazy, this and that, they're gonna get hurt, like the way they place their hands and their feet, like, oh, they're gonna hurt themselves. And then
Yeah,
I have to feel responsible for that. And sometimes when I
yeah,
touch them, they're gonna hurt themselves. Like that's like my fear. I don't want to hurt anyone like a freak accident kind of thing. I hate that.
yeah,
It'll keep me up at night. It really would. I want people to come, stay with us, stick around. How you feel? You feel great? Come back, man. It hurts? Yeah, you walk it off. Come back tomorrow or the day after. Like that's what I want everyone to do. Like just try jiu-jitsu or even the Muay Thai class or whatever. Like come boxing,
yeah.
just keep it on going.
Everyone has like this misconception about like
MMA in general.
martial artists
Yeah,
or MMA in general
yeah.
that we're like crazy and we're gonna like kill you, but like I feel like you do this too, but I do this a lot.
It's that.
Is that after every roll I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah,
Or
all
like
the
if I
time.
get some like, are you guys okay? Like did I like hurt you or did I use too much force? I always ask people once I'm done rolling with them to see if they're
I
okay.
always say during the roll, yeah. If I
Yeah.
feel like I flinch someone in the face or I kick them
Yes,
in the
yes.
groin,
Yeah.
oh, are you like
Yeah.
we stop are you
Always.
okay? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Tap, we continue.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Always.
all right. Well, this was a good chat.
Yes.
How you feel?
Lovely chat,
Oh,
man.
dude,
Feel great.
it's been almost 45 minutes. We're just talking.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Open
That
Mat
was actually
Podcast.
really fast.
I actually
Yep.
have one question for you before we go. One question. Don't stress. You ready? If you have
Go for it.
one piece of advice for anyone who wants to start BJJ, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, by the way, people who don't know what BJJ is, what would that one piece of advice be, Will, to anyone who wants to start?
Who wants to start?
Yeah, let them have it. Say the truth.
Don't be a fucking pussy.
And that's it, guys. Have a good show. All right. Thanks for coming, and have a good night here.
No, but if I were to give a real answer,
Yeah.
like I said at the beginning of this podcast and many times before, it's just when you come in, expect to get your ass beat. Expect to lose. And that it'll get better. It will 100% get better because everyone's there to support each other. We're like a family, big family
Yep.
that likes to beat each other up, but also we like to help each other out. So don't give up. Think of it one day at a time, and eventually you'll start escaping Marco's control.
Well said. Well said. That's a nice way to end.
Of course,
and man. I agree. There will always be a light at the end of the tunnel. You just won't see the light yet for a long time. Yeah. Might be 6 months, might be a year. But everyone's there to help you, and I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah. As long as you're there to absorb the information and the willingness to improve, 100% you'll improve, and it'll be day and night from the first day to a year of your training. And do it. You know, it's I feel like in general people should know how to defend themselves.
That too is good.
Even though, you know, we don't do a self-defense class, but a lot of the techniques will work.
Yeah.
In whatever situation you're in.
Not to use it, but just to have.
Just to have
it. Yeah.
It's a good thing to have, one, but also it, you know, a lot of people that have self-confidence issues or like mental issues, it's such a gateway for you to, you know, get rid of all these things that you have in your life. And, you know, it's a great experience. And for everyone, I highly suggest it. We both highly suggest it.
Right.
And we hope that everyone starts training, whatever it is.
Yeah, anything.
Whatever it is in your life, anything. Just
get out of the...
Commit to it. Yeah. Commit to it. Do it consistently, and just enjoy whatever you're doing.
Well,
That's it.
Well said, sir. So stop watching Netflix. Stop watching shows. Get off the couch and train something. Pretty much.
Yes.
Well,
pretty much.
Thank you very much for coming on my first podcast. As they say,
of course, buddy.
As they say, you never forget your first. That sounds so bad, but
first.
That sounds so bad. But I don't care. So
I'm honored to be the first.
There you go, man. So I have a feeling you will be back in the future, though.
Hopefully, yeah. I'd love to be on again, and we'll chat in however long.
That's not a question, Will. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm in my schedule.
Check that schedule. All right, guys. This is Open Mat Podcast with my buddy Will. Thank you for dropping by. More podcast episode. Have a good one. Us.